Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we just got done with episode 4 of Agatha All Along. Guys, this episode was titled, If I Can't Reach You, Let My Song Teach You. And right away when I heard that title, and mind you, there was no image when this episode came out, I was like, this must be about Alice. So this episode was about Alice, and I see Bethany that you're in here along with 3 other people. Welcome to the after party, of course, to everybody that is new, and also everybody that's been in the after parties these past 3 episodes. But I am really excited to talk about this episode because I thought this was another pretty damn good episode of Agatha, if I'm being totally honest. Do I think I like this one maybe a little bit more than episode 3? Probably not, but I think this was still a damn good episode. And this episode, especially the ending, which I'm going to get into it. Aubrey Plaza did show up in this episode. Of course, the character Rio. We were talking about Aubrey's character possibly popping up in one of these episodes, and it was this episode where they needed to continue on the road. They needed to have a green witch, and she is the green witch, Rio said. So I really did like having Rio back in the fold because we saw her in episode 2, but we didn't see her in episode 3. So I'm kind of glad we now get to see more of Aubrey Plaza's character. And boy, did she look fine in this episode. But that's besides the point. Loved this episode. Jerry, I'm glad. This episode was definitely a good episode. I loved episode 3. I think episode 3 still might be my favorite episode. But I loved the ballad, which this episode was Alice's episode. And it was about her facing her fear. This was her trial. And this was her trying to stop the curse that was put up amongst her family. And I loved I couldn't tell if that was practical or CGI, the monster. I think it was a practical monster, maybe with a little bit of CGI, I don't know, but it looked incredible. Whatever that fire demon was had me very excited for future projects where we kind of get more demon-like creatures, like in terms of Ghost Rider and the Midnight Suns, and just I love seeing more supernatural beings and creatures. So seeing Alice's curse that she's like, if I can see it, that means I can kill it. Loved that. Thought that was really cool, and I love that line. And I love that finally she didn't have to be scared anymore. And we found out in this episode that the way to stop the trial, which was them all kind of being cursed with Alice's curse that's been put amongst her family. She had to sing her mother's ballad, which that was the ballad that protected Alice for all these years. I thought that was clever. Thought that was really cool. And I really am finding that these episodes have been very clever. And I love the idea is that the only reason Alice wasn't killed like everybody else was in her family due to the curse is because her mother sang a different version of the Witch's Road ballad to put a protective spell around Alice, which that's what she makes protective spells. She's a protector. So I really like the idea of her protecting everybody. And she needed to defeat the curse for everybody. Thought that was really cool. But the line that stuck with me was Lila's line when they're all sitting around the campfire. And she said that, I forget the one line she said. She's like, bad, like she said anger, like she's like sadness is good. I can't remember what it was, and it's gonna kill me because I type it down below. She said something, Lila to Alice, saying like anger isn't good or whatever, sadness is good or something. I don't know what she said exactly, but it was along the lines of that, and I was like, well said. I was like, that's great. Or like you mean it's like you don't feel like she said something about anger. I don't know, along the lines, but it was such a good quote, and I was like, damn. I was like, well said. Like sadness is good, but anger isn't or something. She said something along the lines, but it really hit me. I was like, damn. I was like, that's a good. It's good, and it's so right that what I mean. You can want to be angry, but being sad is yeah. Sadness is better than anger. There we go, Sid. Thank you. I knew it wasn't going to be the other one that kind of like, did that hit anybody else? Yes. Sadness is better than anger. I love that. And it's true. Being angry sucks, and being sadness is better. So I really liked it. And it's like she forgave, herself and kind of like was able to forgive her mother for everything and all that. So I really like this. I don't know if maybe this means her mother is still dead or she's somewhere still on the road. We kind of found out in this episode that she didn't die on the road. So I don't know. Maybe that was the answer right there, that maybe her mother really is gone. I don't know. But other than that, I just really, really enjoyed this episode. Still think episode 3 is my favorite, but I really enjoyed this episode. And I think the ballad was good. The rock ballad of the Witch's Road, thought I was actually vibing. I was like, I actually really, really like this. This is like a cool take on the Witch's Road theme. I think the original is still my favorite, but yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, especially when Teen had the glass shard in his side and he was bleeding out, and we think that Jennifer is the one healing Teen with the water that was underneath the moonlight. We end up finding out that it was actually Rio. And Agatha looked at Rio, and Rio was doing something, which makes me believe that of the leaks out there, which I'm not going to say what the leaks were about the character of Rio, makes me feel like, yeah, this is making sense, because we all thought that it was what it looked like to be, that it was Jennifer healing Teen, but I don't think it was. I think it actually was Rio. At least that's what I think. Let me know if you guys think Rio was the one that saved Teen, or was it Jennifer? Let me know. But the other thing that I was like, okay, this is confirming to the audience when Rio says to Agatha, he's not your son. And the music is playing like that, and she's kind of like, does that. She has that look on her face and walks away. I feel like it was a sense of hope, like, oh, like this, you've given me kind of my son back, but she's like, that's not your son. So I don't know. I'm really curious to know. I'm really curious because that was my fallback. In episode 2, I'm like, if this isn't Billy Kaplan, aka Wiccan, Wanda's son, I could see it where this kid is Agatha's son. Now, however, I'm not sure. I don't know. That's going to be one of those things. I've seen the leaks, but for all I know, those could have been like, to get people off the trail of things. That really is something. I mean, it's happened before. And in Marvel, they've released toys that have kind of gotten people, like, that are fake toys that kind of get people to be off the trail of what's actually going to happen. I don't think that's the case here, but I think this is probably the first project that, like, if I've seen a leak, I usually am like, okay, then that must be it. But I'm still second guessing myself. And I think that's just how great the show is laid out, where I'm honestly second guessing myself if this could actually be Wiccan. I don't know. And I really like the idea that I'm kind of not sure. So I really am liking how they're keeping that up. But they're telling the audience, oh, he could possibly, like, Agatha, that could explain Agatha's reaction in episode 3 when she didn't want Teen to take the poison wine, is because of that, because she thought that he could be her son. I love the idea is that was kind of Rio saying he's not your son, and it explains Agatha's actions, why she's been a little bit protective of Teen, and the suspicions of, like, why can't I hear what you were saying, and this, like that. So maybe she kind of thought that this could be possibly your son. But is this Rio just messing with Agatha, saying it's not your son, but maybe he really is, or maybe her son is somewhere else? I don't know, but I love the idea is that we don't know, and that's what I love, and I really enjoyed it. Also, I just want to say the set of the kind of studio that I'm assuming it's the studio house that their mother made her ballad in. I like that a lot. I love the look of the practical set. I loved the costumes. I thought they were very 70s, rock. I thought that was really, really cool. I like the vibe of this episode. And again, I'm a sucker for the whole screen transferring when it goes to just normal screen and it cuts to IMAX when they're in the trial. I love that. And it seems like that's going to be a thing that they keep doing as we progress in the series, which, again, if I'm correct, this is a 9 episode series, not 10. Let me know. I can't remember if this is 9 or 10. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say it's like 10, but I could be wrong. I honestly don't know. I think it might be 10. I don't think it's 11. But yeah, I'm just curious to know where these next episodes are going to go. Also, I thought for sure Alice was dead when she just kept, like, when her curse was on her. I thought legit the curse was like burning her alive. I honestly thought that. I thought, no fucking shot, we're about to have someone else die again. I'm like, there's just no way. But who's to say that still can't happen with someone going? And clearly they're trying to show us that anything can happen here. And I feel like Rio is definitely what's the word? Kind of a wild card. We really don't know what she's capable of or what she'll do, but she's loving messing around with Agatha and kind of making it hard for her to get her powers back. So I am really enjoying that, how they're kind of playing with this a bit. But I want to know your thoughts down right now. I see we got 3 people in here, but guys, let me know. Sidna, Jerry, Bethany. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. What you guys thought about this episode. I'm curious. I think based on Agatha's line that she might have put the spell on her son before trading him for the Darkhold. Maybe so that way she could protect him by him not revealing who he is, that he is the son of Agatha, maybe to protect him because she was very well regarded in the magic world and amongst witches, especially amongst killing other witches and taking their powers. So maybe she did that to like be like, okay, like I know this is you. I'm gonna put this on you, and that way no one can hurt you, and I can get the Darkhold. So it's like a win-win, and I'll find you after. Very clever if that's what she meant to do, but I don't know. I really don't know if part of me feels like it's too much of a hit on the head, that it's just too on the nose where if he could be Agatha's son. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. Um Bucky, oh that's such a cool name for starters. Bucky, love the name. I just finished the episode. What did you think? Let me know. I enjoyed this episode. I really, really did. I feel like the tone, they're keeping the tone and they're keeping things clever, and I appreciate it. So like I said, episode 3 is still my favorite episode of the series. I really do think so. But I loved that creature in this episode, and I loved the look of this episode and just the meaning. I thought that was really, really great, especially with it was very personal with Alice. That's the one thing I'm really appreciating how things are personal with each individual character going in their trial. So I think the next episode possibly might be about was it Lila? I think it's going to be about Lila. I really do think so. I really you said it was amazing, and thrilling. I do agree with you with the thrilling, and I thought it was a really damn good episode. I'm glad you liked it, and let me know your favorite parts. I'm really curious. And do you think that this is Rio just lying about possibly Teen being Agatha's son, or do you think it's too on the nose? Bucky, let me know. I'm really curious to know, because I feel like, since again I did get spoiled for the Funkos, so I kind of am seeing the pieces being put together, and again, Rio saying that's not your son. It would be crazy if we did a big reveal at the end that it's someone else that I feel like we all kind of think when we know it is, which it could be. See, he could be, Wiccan. So I'm just curious to know where they are going to go going forward, because this is the one thing the show has been doing very, very well, is it being suspenseful, it being like a wild card. Essentially, like, this series is a wild card. Like, anything can happen. I thought for sure, like, I was surprised because when Teen had the glass in his side, I was like, is he gonna die? I'm like, there's no shot. I'm like, we kind of know he's a bigger plot of it all. I was like, I don't think he's gonna die here, but it clearly shows there's chances he almost died. So it's like, I love how we are showing that anybody can go. But how about the fact, and this is the funny thing I want to talk about, how about the fact that Agatha was so keen on to just keep continuing on the road and didn't even, and kept saying Mrs. Hart. So she still doesn't even know that that's not actually her name. Her name is Sharon. So that's hilarious to me that she just kept saying Miss Hart. I'm like, bro. I'm like, and they're all looking at her like, bro, come on. Like, really? You still, like, don't know, like, what her actual name is? Like, who she was? Like, I thought that was funny. And that's what I like. Is just, I find that also, Lila saying about Rio, like, what she said, like what a bitch or something. That had me cracking up. So I just love how also that they're connecting at the end around the fire, and you can actually tell that they actually care for one another, or they're caring for one another, and I appreciate that. We're seeing the coven being built, and we're seeing the coven of them trusting one another, and I do like seeing that. Hell, we're in episode 4. We need to start seeing it. I understand we're not quite there yet, but we are starting to see where I can believe that this could be a coven. So I really, really do like how they're not rushing into everybody getting along. They still have their doubts and fears, especially about Rio kind of setting up Agatha to say, oh, let's take out these witches and you can get your power back and stuff like that. And trying to set her up to kind of cause mayhem. I do like how Rio is trying to do that. Again, wild card, and I do appreciate that. But damn, yeah, like, what a great casting for the character of Rio. Have the character being Aubrey Plaza. You know what I mean? Like, geez, like that. Fine, but yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I did enjoy this episode. I thought it was a good one, and yeah, guys, I'm actually curious because yeah, we got three people in here. Other than Matt, Bucky, and Jerry, and Sidna. Like, what do you guys think? Like, where do you think this could go in episode 5? I want to know, what do you think is gonna happen in episode 5? Which character is the episode gonna be about? Is it gonna be the episode gonna be about Lila? Is it gonna be about maybe Agatha? Maybe could it be about Rio? Because we already got Jennifer's episode. We already got who else? We just got Alice's episode. Well, I mean, Teen still needs his episode, which we will be getting soon. How Teens might be the next one, I don't know. I feel like Teen, knowing that character, I can imagine they'll wait until like episode like maybe like 7 for him. I don't know. I think Teen is an alternate version of Wanda's son, and that Wanda is trapped on the Witch's Road, and that before she sent him to find Agatha, she merged him with the spirit of Agatha's son. I love that theory. I love that theory. Jerry, make a video. Guys, you heard it here. I think Jerry's theory might actually be correct. It sounds like the best of both worlds, where like it makes sense. Maybe his spirit still like his maybe I don't know. I don't know how they would do it. Maybe like the body was gone, but Agatha put the spirit of Billy into Agatha's son's body. Wouldn't that be something? And it's like, in a way, it's like both of their sons. That would be cool. And seeing Wanda, I really want to see Wanda at the end of the series. I just don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't want to be disappointed. So but I feel like there was a reason she was on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon talking about the chances of her coming back and would she want to come back. I just feel like it's too much of a coincidence. What's up, Queen? How's it going? Nice to see you. What's up, Zach? What's up with you? I'm glad to see you in here, guys. We got 5 people in here. Make sure to like the stream. Help us out a lot. You said so. Rio is Agatha's. Yeah, Rio and Agatha are exes. Yes, they are clearly. And I was like, this is getting spicy. I was like, damn. I was like, shit. I was like, this is. I was like, this is great. Like. Oh, because you could tell like they had an intimate moment before, Agatha was about to kiss Rio too until she said he's not your son, and that kind of pulled her back. And it's like she almost is like upset to tell her, but like that's the reality. He's not your son. So I am liking what they're putting down. I think this series has really been a really happy surprise for a lot of people, and I'm glad a lot of people are kind of seeing what I saw from the trailers, that was just going to be a fun magical ride. You know what I mean? Like that was the best way to put it, and that's the best way I feel like you could really say about series. This has been a fun magical ride about witches, about the coven, about friendship, about and kind of overcoming each other's differences. I feel like this has just been a great show. And I found it funny because also when they were all putting down after, they had to get another Green Witch, and they were all like saying what they wanted the Green Witch to be, I found it funny when Agatha said, like, please let them not be, was it, what was the word? Oh, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name of it. Let me know, because Agatha said something super funny about kind of like, there's a word for it, and it's like, I can't believe I can't think of it. What is it? I can't think of the word. It's gonna kill me. I don't know. But Agatha said something funny, and it had something to do with like, not presidential stuff, but like, There's another word for it. I can't think of it on the top of my head, but Agatha said something really, really funny and had me cracking up. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And also, I found it funny when Jen said, please let them be appealing to look at. Thought that was funny. And I think, yeah, Agatha said, like, let them not be annoying and let them not be something else. But yeah, I really enjoyed that part. That was really funny. You said Jen getting better with her potions. She was able to heal Teen. Queen, it's funny that you mentioned that because I said earlier that I think it was actually Rio that healed Teen and not Jen because Agatha looked at Rio and I don't want to say too much because there was leaks out there, but I think it actually wasn't Jen. I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. It's just a look that Agatha gave to Rio, like, thank you for doing it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody caught that, but I caught that. You said the coven is starting to bond. They will be strong once they start to come together as one. Rhymed. Let's go. That actually rhymed. That's really, really. The coven is starting to bond. They will be stronger once they start to come together as one. Fire. Bars. You're over there spitting bars. Yo, Jerry, you said Rio and Agatha did have the best fits during the bald rock scene. Yeah. I agree. I do agree. Their fits were fire. 70s aesthetic was dope. Rock ballad went hard. It did, didn't it? I was actually vibing. I was actually like vibing, and I think I'd actually listen to it because I was just like, let's go. I actually went hard, and I actually like the idea that we're kind of hearing different ballads. I think it's really fun. This show, the one thing that people can't say about this show is that this show doesn't know not how to have fun. Because we've jumped through different things. We jumped through a murder, like a mystery, like a like murder mystery type deal in the last episode of like, oh, like when of someone being poisoned. We jumped to a rock like you have to sing this rock ballad to stop the curse, which was really, really cool with the 70s aesthetic. And then we're going to be jumping to some sort of Wizard of Oz slash like whatever with Lila from what we see in the trailers when she's wearing like the princess dress or whatever, and we like see whatever like in the tower. So they're really having fun with this. They're kind of hitting all aesthetics, and I really appreciate that. Also, did anybody hear when Lila mentioned about her being bit by a vampire? Awesome. Really makes me want Blade even more. I'm really hoping we get Blade or some vampires popping up at some point. Even if it's not going to be Blade, I just want to see vampires popping up. Please. Just please. Like, just let it happen. I'd kill to watch Elsa Bloodstone kicking vampires' ass. I'll take that too. But, you know what I mean? In the meantime, like, let's do it. She's a hunter. Queen, you said Lila episode has to be next, right? Or you think it's somebody else? I think it's Lila, but a part of me, because I feel like Teens is going to be later with Agatha's and Rio's. So I feel like theirs will be later, but I do think possibly that the Lila's is next. I do think so. And I think it's going to be a very, like, fair fantasy type one. And I'm excited. Oh my God. It was amazing. Stuart, I'm glad you thought so. I really enjoyed this episode. It was a fun one. I do still think episode 3 is my favorite, but this episode was really fun. The rock ballad was fire. The 70s aesthetic was fire. The sets. I just can't stop talking about the set design. I really do like the sets. The practical sets are dope, and that demon was cool. Can we please talk about how cool the demon was? The curse was one of the creepiest, cooling looking creatures that Marvel's done. And like, and I can believe that Blade would fight a monster like that or some shit. You know what I mean? Or I love seeing more mystical, devilish creatures. I want more of that because we got a taste of that in Werewolf by Night, and I want more. I want more. I would take it a full like special of learning more about like hunters hunting these mystical creatures. You know what I mean? Like I would watch it. I swear I would watch it. If they made like a hunter, like, you know what I mean? Like, and mainly about Elsa Bloodstone fighting like mythical. Like, I'd be down for that. Like, it'd be sick. use a prediction after the series. Disney is gonna release CD soundtrack for marketing, and it's gonna be called Down the Witch's Road, and it's gonna have every version of the song from each episode. That'd be fire. I that yeah that the vinyl I know for a fact probably for this show is gonna look sick, no doubt about it. And I probably will be picking it up. I want to pick up the Loki vinyl, but they haven't made one for season 2 yet. At least I don't think so. And the Loki season 1 vinyl is actually really hard to come across, and it's expensive. Those are the one. The Loki vinyl is the one thing I really want to find badly. Like out of all vinyls, that's like the pinnacle of number one vinyl if I can get my hands on it. The Loki vinyl, especially season 2. If they make one, I'm jumping for it. ASAP. ASAP. But yeah, I think I'd pick up the vinyl for Agatha. The look alone would look fire. As if they really got creative with the vinyl, I think they could make something look really really cool as the vinyl cover. But yeah, I agree though. That'd be a cool pickup, a CD. I know for a fact this is probably out of all the other Disney Plus shows. And mind you, I have Loki season 1 on Steelbook. I have WandaVision on Steelbook. I have Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Steelbook. I have Moon Knight on Steelbook. This is a show I'd add on Steelbook, no doubt about it. So I am excited. I never played it backwards though. I want to know too, because it was backwards, and I think them singing it frontward. I guess that was the curse, maybe to activate the curse. Was it backwards to reverse the curse that or the protective spell that was put on Alice? But when they played it forward, the curse it was put back on when they were singing it. I guess that's what it means, or that's what they were trying to say, to kind of start the timer, which I thought was really, really cool. I just really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was pretty damn solid, and I'm looking forward to episode 5 next week. And I'm liking the runtime for these episodes. These episodes have been roughly 42, 44 minutes, 30, 39 minutes, 44 minutes. It's been relatively solid, the runtimes, and I do gotta say it's been consistent. We really haven't had an episode that's been very short, per se, that I felt like, oh, I wish we had a little bit more time here. I haven't really felt that yet, so yeah, I'm really really excited to see where they're gonna go for these next couple of episodes, because I am curious. Let me pop up. I am actually better yet. Wait a second. I'll just do it here. I'm gonna do it on my phone real quick. I am curious to know for sure. Okay, so we have 9 episodes. Okay, we have 9 episodes, and we just did episode 4, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 5 more episodes left of this show, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. So I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. Stuart, Jerry, you said to Stuart, at least not without a coven to help us break the curse, right? Yeah. Never play it backwards though. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. You bet. Like, never play it backwards. If we get the record, completely agree. Completely agree. Unless we got a coven with us. So yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun time. Also, we got 6 likes. Thank you to everybody that liked the stream, came in the after party stream. Like I said, we're going to be doing this next week for episode 5 of Agatha. Of course, we always start at 7:50. For anybody that, and for everybody that, like, once this becomes a video, made it through the entire video, all the way through of, the pre-show discussion. Thank you for staying all the way through and liking the video, because there'll be a video by the time people come across it if they weren't with us live here today. But thank you for just staying all the way through my after party spoiler discussion for episode 4 of Agatha All Along. And like I said, we start it every stream every Wednesday at 7:50. We go live at 8, stay on for about an hour. I get off and go do my Patreon reaction for anybody that wants to watch my reaction for Agatha All Along episode 4. It's going to be up on Patreon sometime probably at 11 o'clock tonight. I'm going to make the thumbnail, upload it, and put it up on Patreon. And like I said, it's only $5 to join Patreon. Definitely work it. Link in description if you guys want to go check it out. I only have 2 tiers. I have a $5 tier and a $10 tier. $10 tier, you get access to movie show reactions along with unboxings and cosplay, unboxings or tips and tricks about cosplay, because I do cosplay, for conventions and things like that. And if you just want my movie and show reactions, it's strictly $5 a month, and it's definitely worth it. That you get a lot of content for that. So, like I said, this episode 4 reaction will be up as soon as possible, and then we'll be back here next week. Super, super excited. We got some shows coming up too, like Daredevil Born Again, The Last of Us Season 2, some other shows I can't think of on the top of my head because, we have a lot of things coming out next year. I actually want to do reactions for Superman and Lois. The last season of Superman and Lois, I actually want to do reactions for over on Patreon. Before, I just did reviews for Superman and Lois, but I actually want to do like reactions for the last season. So if you're interested, if you like Superman and Lois, I will be doing reactions over there. So there's a lot of things we're going to be doing strictly over there. So definitely worth it. It's exclusive content for subscribers only over there. And if you want to find a different way to support me, that's a great way to do it because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers over on the Patreon as well. But I appreciate you, regardless, you guys supporting me here by liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, sharing my video. It helps out a lot, tremendously. It helps the channel's growth. And we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, and that's the goal. You said, so even without the Funko leaks, it's clear with Rio is right now, right? I think so. I think so. Because when I watched it, I was like, oh, I know who this is. Even though I saw the leak, I was like, I know who you are. I was like, it would have been clear as day. I do get it. I do get it. Yeah. So even without the Funko leaks, it's clear who Rio is now, right? Yes. I think so. I think so, Stuart. I think it was pretty clear because I was like, oh, because I picked up on what she was doing. I was like, yep. I was like, yeah, you are the person. Everybody's kind of been waiting for this character, and I'm excited to kind of when they reveal it. So, yeah, I really am enjoying what this show is, and I can't wait for next week. But like I said, guys, I'm gonna end stream now. It is 10:10. So I can go upload my video to Patreon. Like I said, link in description. Go check it out. Everything is in in the collections tab, because when you get on Patreon, if you look down below, there's a thing called collections. Click it, and it has all my content listed down. The only thing that's not a part of the $5 a month is the cosplay stuff and the unboxings. But all the movie and show reactions are. You said I avoid the Funko leak. I tried to avoid the Funko leaks, Jerry, but someone actually spoiled it in the chat last week, and I didn't see it. And then someone did it again in the Discord, because I don't know why people like to do that. People that like to do that, they're messed up. Like, I don't know why they want to ruin people's fun, but someone did. And like I said, I'm still enjoying it. Like, even though I kind of sort of know, I feel like I don't know. So, because the show is kind of psyching me out where I think it could go one way, but it actually might go the other, even though we had those leaks out there. You know what I mean? I don't know. But you said, can be surprised at the end of the series. Good. Stuart, you said, bye. 0311 for damn this release schedule. Well, he said, yeah, 0311. 311 for the damn this release schedule. Okay, cool. Yeah, guys, like I said, thank you for everybody's joining in. Thank you for supporting. Much appreciated. Thank you for everybody liking the stream, both streams, and thank you for anybody that's new that subscribed. Much appreciated. But I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday for episode 5 of Agatha. Peace.